Hi everybody, this is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. I have with me Matt. Matt is one of the team connected to Speak Network. I've covered Speak before, and I'm actually now posting on 3speak.tv, which is a censorship resistant platform on the blockchain, and you can earn money and you can contribute money to my channel and other channels. So do check it out. It's bit.ly/3speak, number 3 speak crypto rich. And you'll find all my material there, and also on Crypto Rich Odyssey.
NordVPN is becoming more than just a VPN. Threat protection will guard your device against malicious websites, malware, trackers, and intrusive ads, even if you're not connected to a VPN server at the time. Step up your cybersecurity and stay safe.
The world's most advanced cold wallet for the new generation of cryptocurrency lovers, Descent.
Hey Matt, how you doing?
All right, Crypto Rich, how are you?
I'm very, very well. Thank you so much. I know we haven't spoken for ages and ages, and I started uploading to 3Speak, and then I got really, really busy, and then I stopped, and then I didn't want to contact you. It's like, oh my God, I've stopped uploading. How am I going to talk to him? And then I finally bit the bullet. It's like, okay, I got to do this. And it's not like you own my channel or you own 3Speak or something. I just like, I can't do it. But I'm now uploading to 3Speak, so I thought, okay, I can talk to Matt.
I've said to you a few times before, like, for me, it's no skin off my back, honestly. You post wherever you like, but the money that you would have earned over the last 3 years or so knowing about this, it's in the tens of thousands of dollars.
I have earned the little bit I was posting. I have earned a good amount of money just for that little bit.
I know most people that are alternative world posters or crypto type posters, they always earn more money using Hive than any other platform, as far as I'm aware. Maybe there's some, I know you've got a good following on places like YouTube. Maybe you earn some decent money there. But
I don't. I'm shadow banned and demonetized on YouTube.
Well,
Odyssey, it's growing. The channel's growing. I'm almost 3,900. But the amount that I'm earning is tiny.
Yeah. I love Odyssey's tech, but I think they got the economics a bit wrong.
Right.
And it's a bit of a shame to see.
Let's stay with 3Speak.
Yeah, I don't want to bad talk Odyssey. They're a great team. They've built great tech, and hopefully at some point there's a way that there's a collaboration now. I really see a path to that where these platforms can collaborate somehow on a sustainable economy.
Okay, so we're going to do a brief overview of 3Speak, but very brief. So it's built on the Hive blockchain, which is a fork of Steemit. And it's Hive is fully decentralized. And what 3speak.tv is an application that rests on the Hive blockchain, yes?
Yes, partly. Initially on the Hive blockchain, its core base is Hive. And the reason for that is, as you said, it's decentralized. There's very, 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 very few Web3 platforms and ecosystems that have no ICO, no CEO, no founder, no venture capital with strings attached, no pre-seed, no pre-investment round, right? Any of these things are massive red flags. Why? I mean, what they do is they're centralizing forces. All of those things are centralizing forces. And so if you have them on, say, a financial system to some extent, you can live with it. But when you're talking about free speech, you cannot compromise. You cannot have a centralized entity or an entity that is some partially centralized that can then be regulated, because it affects the principles of free speech in the ecosystem. So we work on Hive partly for that reason, partly because it's a really good token for social media and microtransactions. And yes, we've ended up building 3Speak on there because it's supposed to be a free speech video platform. We think the foundation should be on Hive to make sure that you own your account. No one could shut your account down. We can't shut your account down. You own your content, you own your money. We're working on something, as you mentioned earlier, called the Speak Network, which will allow you to self-host and do everything off-chain and incentivize the peer-to-peer infrastructure. So you don't just rely on our infrastructure, you rely on the infrastructure provided by the community. And we just believe in basically building ourselves out of this completely so that it's run by the community.
Right, okay. And then let me share my screen so you can just take us through some of the basics of 3Speak. Hold on one second. Okay, so this is my channel, my 3Speak channel, 3speak.tv/user/CryptoRichBTC. Let me just get rid of That's it. Okay, and you can see now. I'm slowly uploading videos. I uploaded 8 months ago, and then I started about 4 days ago when we're recording this on September the 11th. And you can. I've got to do my banner and all that, right? And that's not me.
It'd be good if you could scroll down to see what you were earning before, because you kind of slowly start to accumulate as you build a reputation. Yeah, so you're at like the
$22.69. Look at this one. I interviewed somebody about 3SPEAK. That must have been you. $131.80. Is that how much I earned from that?
Yeah, no, you'd earn half of that, and the curators earn the other half. So people that upvote that earn the other half.
Okay.
But the video itself is worth 131 for the. Basically, what it is it's Hive's rewards pool. So every day Hive inflates slightly. The idea is that the inflation is less than the economic value being created by the distribution of currency. For people, people like you making content, and if you hold Hive, you have power to influence where that rewards pool every day is distributed. So the more people that vote for you, the more of that inflation pool you'll receive for your content. So if you click into that, you should be able to see a list of who voted for you.
Okay. Now, and this is 260. That's the number of views it's had, right?
Yeah.
So I've earned $65 on 260 views.
Correct. Yeah. Correct.
That's amazing.
And the way that our personal account on the 3SPEAK, so we have quite a large delegation of Hive.
Yeah.
So the way we upvote is we basically do it on statistics of how much traffic you got on your content, how much interaction you got, how many comments you got. So if you got a few comments and you got a decent number of views, you'll come somewhere near the top of the rewards list, and we'll give you one of our heaviest upvote in that. I think we vote every 4 or 6 hours, something like that period.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to say, basically, if you can figure out a way to drive traffic from your Web 2 fake properties that you don't own to your Web 3 properties that you do own, and you can demonstrate that you're doing that by showing that you've got people commenting, interacting, and that you've got views coming in, then you'll receive more upvotes from us for sure. We have a system that basically makes sure that happens. And then, of course, other people in the community that aren't associated with 3SPEAK may see that content as well, because it's shown not just on 3SPEAK, it's shown on like 20 or 30 other platforms that are also built on the Hive blockchain. And people watch there as well, and they'll upvote from there. It's all on the same basis, but it's different platforms that you can view it from.
Okay. So then I just need to make comment about this reprobate. So if you see this guy,
if you see this guy, don't start a conversation with him. You might end up being there for 3 hours.
That's right, as we have done. Okay. And then what about the viewers? What do they get?
It depends. If you're just viewing, you don't get anything. We were going to figure out a way to basically, if you click the play button, then you'll get like a couple of cents of the inflation. Yeah. But we haven't gone down that route just yet. And of course, that can be gamed. You can imagine that people just sit there all day clicking the play button. But then there's ways to prevent that from happening. So it's something we may build in the future. But certainly people who comment, people who comment and get involved. This is the thing for you. This is where we think that someone like you, Rich, you could build a stake by earning it by just posting. Keep that stake powered up. Don't sell, or try not to sell as much as you can. Keep that powered up, and then you can vote for your commenters. So you'll basically say to your community, "Hey, come and interact with my content, and I'm going to give you a couple of dollars every time you say something interesting or that makes any sense. Add some value or an observation to the conversation." And that way your viewers can get rewarded for commenting. So you can see here, these guys didn't get any upvotes, but because it's $0 underneath. But the idea would be, sometimes we upvote comments as 3SPEAK, but the idea would be the content creators themselves who are trying to drive traffic to Web3 properties that they actually own outright themselves, which is the case on 3SPEAK. You're incentivized to build a stake yourself and then upvote the people that comment and interact with your content to incentivize them and reward them for having done that. Whereas on YouTube, they get $0.
Yeah, and on Odyssey they get a tiny amount, and then I could, I suppose, start tweeting out my 3SPEAK videos and posting these ones on my Telegram channel versus say Odyssey ones, or I'm also on Rumble. So don't pay any attention to on Rumble because I work as a part-time social worker.
The idea is in the future, Crypto Rich, is that we basically with the Speak network, what happens is that the community, and hopefully your community members themselves as well, will get involved in running simple pieces of infrastructure, such as encoders, such as content delivery network nodes and storage nodes. And so your community will be able to provide you with the infrastructure themselves. You won't have to rely on 3SPEAK to get the infrastructure to upload videos and store and host videos. The idea, once that happens, it means that people within the Odyssey community can do the same thing. Yeah. People within the Rumble community can do the same thing. So these communities can start to move away from the centralized infrastructure provision that these communities are providing to, which is, they're doing a great job, by the way, but because it's centralized, because it's in one place, they can be shut down ultimately. They can be pressured. And as you see with Odyssey, for example, unfortunately, they're getting some problems with the SEC, and it must be costing them a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy and effort. And ultimately, I think that the SEC is doing that to make them struggle because of the nature of what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I think with something like the Speak network, because there's no owner, we built it, but we built it for free and gave it away for free. There's no IP, there's no company behind it. We didn't give ourselves any tokens, for example. We didn't control the distribution of tokens. There's no security angle they've got. We've got a sustainable token that inflates and distributes over time in a certain way. And so, like, there's no vested interest from us. We're mining the token from zero the same way as everyone else in the ecosystem is mining the token. And that's exactly what Satoshi did. Satoshi's the only other person that I've seen do that in crypto. Everyone else gave themselves an ICO, and it means they're going to get regulated. And what that means then is that there's a neutral base layer upon which the likes of Rumble can also run the exact same infrastructure they're already running, but they can continue to run it on the Speak network and get rewarded for it, and B, they can allow their community members to run that infrastructure as well and provide that distributed video infrastructure to the viewing experience without having it go through a centralized entity. And this is where there's a massive opportunity for all these platforms to work together in some way. And what happens then is, once your content's on, we are using IPFS for this. Then all the other platforms can plug into that and pull it to their front end as well, and they can show the contents, unless it's behind a paywall, of course. And so there's this massive opportunity to go much further than we even are now with the likes of Odyssey and Rumble, and really decentralize it out to the community members themselves, so they're running the infrastructure themselves. I just think there's a massive opportunity there for that, and the tech's being built. It's almost complete. We've been working on the project for about 2 years now. So it's exciting times.
It's amazing, and I imagine since I last spoke to you about 8 months ago, the platform has grown and grown and grown.
Yeah, certainly. One of the things that I really like that I'm amazed by is that we've got 68 node operators that have stepped forward, and because it's early days in the project, they weren't being rewarded or anything. They don't expect any rewards, but they care about free speech. And these are people from Hive that know node operation. They're effectively voluntary professional node operators, right? And so they've got the initial chain up and running, the Speak claim chain, upon which we run the Larynx token, the Speak token, the various different tokens in the Speak network. And these people are dedicated to making the system better. And now we've got the Speak token out. We started distributing that. They're starting to earn some money. And because they're the early adopters and the early infrastructure operators, they'll get a little bit more say as a result in who gets voted into the ecosystem to run some of the main infrastructure. We'll release that out later. And so we've got the chain nodes running. We've got we're testing the content, the encoder nodes. So we've got, I think it's 100 people stepped up to volunteer to run encoder nodes for us. And that's it's difficult. Encoding is a difficult game, but it's getting better as we tweak it and test it. And then you've got content delivery network nodes coming out soon. So people are going to be able to run their own content delivery network nodes. And then the last one is storage and how to incentivize. We're using proof of access, which is the same algorithm that Arweave use to reward their storage. And that's going to come out in the next couple of months. And at that point, we've got effectively a basic model where the basic fundamental infrastructure for video is run peer-to-peer by the community. And there's people stepping up to run this infrastructure. We were worried, obviously, that no one was going to step up to run it. We didn't know for sure. And people have stepped up and they're running it, and we've really got the opportunity to really decentralize video infrastructure operation by the community for the community. And then at a certain point, it'll grow to the point where there's people like you content creators who've got community followings behind them, and they'll say, hey, we want to set up our own community. This system has communities, immutable communities built into it. So you can run your own front end. It's super easy to do. You don't need any dev skills. You can set up your own platform front end in a matter of minutes. All you need is a URL. You need a server, they're both very easy to get these days. And then you run a Docker piece of Docker code that you can copy and paste into a command prompt on your computer, and boom, you've got a platform. It's just up there and running.
Imagine that process. There'll be videos on 3SPEAK that explain how to do that process.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I want to move this on a little bit, right? So I want to talk about the type of content. I mean, I can see it seems like there's a lot of Spanish content. Is that
very big Spanish?
Or very big Spanish South America or something?
Yeah. The Venezuelans love this. You see that picture there with the girl on the bottom right?
This one here?
Yeah. So she's been running a lot of events in South America. And of course, like a $10, $15 upvote there, it means something.
Right.
It really, really helps a lot of people. And also the Venezuelan community, they're very social people. And they're very good at helping each other and letting each other know that someone's just posted, and working together to make their content as good as possible, and slowly but surely. And their community really is growing. They're just the type of people that work well with the system for some reason naturally, and also because of the economic situation there, it's a great little side income that they can have that can actually support their family.
Yeah, you got to make money, and the government's completely unreliable. So
sure. And this gives people a chance to opt out. Gives them a chance to share their passions and actually earn some money. And of course, as time goes on, the more time they put in, the more capital they accumulate, the more influential they become, and and then they truly own their accounts and their income and their digital assets and their content. They truly own it, and we can't just shut them down. We could shut them down off the front end of 3SPEAK, but that's not going to stop them. We can't delete their account. Here you go. Stop there. You see PS Origins?
Which is where?
Top second from the right. The darker theme, that's the video that tells you how to set up your own platform, and that's what your platform looks like.
Right.
So if you do want a platform, you can follow that tutorial there, and we've got a link you can get to. You don't have to go back 3 months to find it. But it's really there's platforms running. People are running these platforms. They've got their own separate communities, and then as time goes on, we're figuring out a way to allow these communities to release tokens to their community members without them being classed as securities. Because this is a problem. Everyone's going to fall for the trap of, we release an ICO overnight, we're going to make millions of dollars overnight, and you've got to get regulated, right? Yeah. Whereas the way we're going to do it is effectively it works like this. You'll use the platform. You as a content creator will start off with 0 tokens. You won't get any tokens, sorry. But hold on. Your community members will log into your platform, you'll get them to comment, you'll get them to post, and over, say, a 6-month period or a 3-month period, these people will accumulate points. Right, so you'll see the people that are your keenest followers will have the most points, and then at a certain point, you airdrop a proof of brain token, which is what HIVE is, to that community based on how many points they've accumulated. And we'll have a way to figure out what's a bot and what isn't a bot. Right, well, you drop these tokens, and then you get 0 tokens. So it's like the owner of the community didn't give themselves any tokens. But then you'll post content, and the community will vote for your content over time, right? And because they're there, because it's your community and they like your content, and they'll post stuff related to the crypto-rich ecosystem as well. Yeah. Over time, they will accumulate tokens as well from the inflation of the token, exactly the same as what happens with HIVE. But you'll probably get more upvotes from the community than anyone else because you're the main content creator. And over time, you'll legitimately earn a stake of tokens from your own community, and it will be a decentralized decision process. There won't be one person deciding where the token goes. It will be the community that votes over time and slowly but surely distributes this token to you. And that cannot be argued as a security because there's no centralized entity that's distributing tokens. It's on a decentralized protocol by a decentralized community. And so over time, we want to have it so that the content creators, just like Satoshi did, he earned his Bitcoin by mining them. Yeah. Right.
And the value was determined by the marketplace, which is what's happening with Bitcoin.
Yes. And they can't call Bitcoin a security as a result. This is the key thing. right? That's the difference between Bitcoin and all these other coins, or not all of them, but many of the other coins.
Okay,
so we're trying
to
copy that model. Yep.
Moving on, right? So as it grows, people will be able to find all sorts of content, including news and current affairs and crypto content. And I'm gonna change the background, my green screen, so it also has my 3SPEAK link as well. And you've got HIVE Fest coming up this week.
Sure, yeah. On Wednesday, on the 15th.
I want to say just a teeny weeny bit about it, because that's taking place in Amsterdam, right?
Yeah. It's the first time we've met for 3 years because of COVID. We've done our HIVE Fests in the digital world as avatars for the last 2 years. And HIVE Fest is one of the most amazing events I've ever been to in my life. I've been to, this will be my 5th, I think now. And they're just amazing because it's just loads of like-minded people that are, independently minded. They want self-sustainability. They want to earn their own stuff. They want to own their own social media accounts. And there's lots of different apps that meet there, and businesses and users and content creators that go there. And it's just it's semi-professional, like where there's loads of presentations, loads of people talking, legit people, smart people building loads of different apps, talking about what they're doing and what their projects are, and discussing ideas and things like that. But then at the same time, there's like evenings where you go out for meals and events and things. And so it's just a really nice few days to just to talk to some people that know what this bloody thing is, for a start.
And also, I suppose
they don't know.
Also, for people to find out more about it and everything, and how 3SPEAK works and what's growing in this ecosystem. And if people want to know about it, if they're local to Amsterdam or they want to get to Amsterdam, how would they find out more information? Yeah,
just Google HIVE Fest. I don't have the website here. Maybe you can link it in the description. But it's HIVE Fest. You can just type in HIVE Fest on Google and it will come up. And you just buy a ticket. Tickets are worth, I think, if you're a minnow, like depends on if you're a whale or a minnow. If you're a whale, the tickets are like $600. If you're a minnow, the tickets are like $150 or something. Right. With the idea being that the whales cover the costs of the minnows tickets. And I think the average price is about $400 a ticket. And honestly, every time I've been, it's really what you get, because there's meals involved, there's free food, free drinks, there's tours of the cities, there's massive conferences, there's all sorts of things going on. And it's well worth $400 for the 3 days. I think you could probably even pay double that and still, I don't know how they managed to do it, but they managed to cram a load of value into those tickets. But yeah, it's just really good. Just loads of crypto-minded people there that build in genuine, legitimate, decentralized Web3 with no owners, no ICOs. It's the way it's going to have to be, because if we want to protect free speech, we have to have these types of people that are able to meet together and get these platforms built without having the risk of having ICOs inside of them that can be then later regulated, as many will be, as we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, I hope to speak to you soon again, perhaps during HIVE, depending upon our schedules, get a little update or something during HIVE Fest. Otherwise, fairly soon afterwards. I'm going to finish this up, Matt. Because I know you and I, we could talk for hours and hours. What people need to know, we were already talking for about an hour before we started recording.
We're like, yeah, let's start the video now. It's like, oh, hold on, I've got another 3 things to say. Oh man,
yeah,
go on, we can go on.
It's been really, really great talking to you. If you are watching this on Odyssey or if you're watching this on YouTube, don't. I don't even know. I haven't decided whether it's going to be on YouTube, but don't. Come over to Odyssey. It won't be on Rumble. It will be on 3speak.tv. And try out 3speak.tv, and it's bit.ly/3speak crypto rich, and I might change it around so it's crypto rich TV.
The point here is, Rich, and it's really up to guys like you, and you will, you ultimately will be rewarded in the long run by the community for doing this, because if you can get your audience to move from Web 2 properties, which basically own your ass, if you say the wrong thing there, you get cancelled and deleted and everything like this, right? It's no way to exist. You can get them to move. You've used Web 2 as a traffic funnel to your actual Web 3 properties that you actually own. They can't be deleted from you. That makes a lot of sense to me. And at the same time, you can reward your viewers with crypto and all this type of thing, So to me, it's a no-brainer. But it's just doing the hard work to move your audience across.
Yeah, no, that will happen. And I know it's a long-term game. I've been vlogging since April 2017. I bought Bitcoin in January 2013, my first Bitcoin.
Oh, I was in April. How did you beat me to it?
We should have bought more, shouldn't we? We should have bought
Well,
more.
I did buy a lot, but I shouldn't have sold them when I sold them. I bought them at $90 and I sold them for $270.
Woo, big man. All right then, Matt. Great talking to you. I'll speak to you again soon. Everybody, comments, questions in the description below. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with 3Speak profits. This is Crypto Rich and 3Speak Matt signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.
Meet NordPass. It creates strong passwords for you, keeps them safely locked in a single place, and automatically logs you into all of your favorite online accounts. And you can access it all on all of your devices, even when you're offline. That's NordPass.